So this is part two of the Chrome settings. If you haven't watched part one, I would recommend going up to part one. So this here is part two. So we were talking about clicking on this little thing here about customizing and controlling. So as well as just clicking on the plus sign at the top of the menu up here, where all your tabs are, you can also just click here for a new tab. Also, there's a new window that opens up like a whole new folder area. See, I just opened up a whole new folder area. I don't think you need to do that. So new tab, new incognito window. If, for example, you're going onto a website that you don't really trust too much, and you don't want it to be able to access any of you don't want it to know that you were there, you can do a new incognito window. That basically comes up, it comes up black. Oh my goodness, you've gone incognito. It basically says it won't save a lot of the information that you've put in. So this is if you're wanting to be a little bit more safe. It still sees a few little things. You can see here, read about it at your leisure if you're interested in it. It would be a good idea if it's something that you think that you might want to use in the future to just go through this and read this. I'm not going to go through it right now. We just don't have the time. However, if you'd like me to do a video about that, please let me know. So there's also history. This basically goes through all of the various places that you have visited on Chrome through Google. It also saves all your downloads. You can go to your downloads to see what you've downloaded recently. It has a place for your bookmarks. You can zoom your page a little bit. I can make it bigger or I can make it smaller. You can go to print something directly from your website. You can cast. This is basically what I'm doing right now, is it's allowing you to actually show what you're looking at to somebody else. There is a find tool here, etc. There's also just the simply cutting and pasting, but we already talked about how you can cut and paste by double clicking, triple clicking, and then holding the two fingers down. If you want me to go a little bit further into detail about that, please let me know as well. But settings is what we were talking about. So if you click on settings, it will take you to this long, long, long page. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but it will allow you to do some of the things we already talked about, your passwords, your payment methods, just so that you can see what's going on there. It talks about your security check. I'm just going to move my little head over here. It also goes through a whole bunch of different activities that you can play around with, including your appearance of your Google. So for example, if you're wanting to hide your bookmark bar, the bookmark bar is up here. If you don't want to see that all the time, boop. However, oh my gosh, I don't know where it went, you can also just click that back on. So if somehow, someday it disappeared, remember to just go up those three little dots, click on your settings, go to settings, and then you'll be able to get to show bookmark bar. So maybe by accident you've clicked that off. You can also change the font if you don't want to see it in the same font that is right here, or you want it to be a little bit bigger. For example, look at how big I can make it smaller again. So that's something that's incredibly useful for making it a little bit easier for you to see what's going on. You can also just simply change the zoom here. There's just different locations of being able to do the same thing again and again and again. So that's a little bit about your settings. Please go through it yourself. I've done it incredibly quickly. Don't freak out if you have pressed something that you don't really understand. It's always something that you can fix. You're never going to break it. So please feel free to go through, maybe take 10 minutes to just look through, see what it says. Passwords. Oh, it shows me that I'm actually going to be able to save my passwords. If you don't want to do that, you can click those off. So go through it, check it out. If you have any questions, let me know.